Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily Dvar Halacha News, a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Sunday, November 28th, Erev Hanukkah. Well, I'm going to veer off of our regular scheduled programming and tell you a Dvar Torah instead of a halacha. I love this Dvar Torah. It's one of my favorites, and here goes. There's the famous question of the Beis Yosef. Now, I know a lot of you know that question, but I'm going to tell you an answer that you might not know. The Beis Yosef's question is that, they put the oil inside of the menorah and then it burned for 8 days when really it should have just burned for 1 day. So his famous question is that means that the miracle was really only a 7 day miracle, right? Because the oil burning the first day was kind of normal. And then the seven later days were the part of the miracle. So why do we call it an 8 day miracle and an 8 day holiday? It should be a 7 day miracle and a 7 day holiday. So there are many answers. Like one answer is that they put, an eighth of the oil in the first day and an eighth on the second day and an eighth on the third. And every day of all 8 days, it burned 8 times longer than it should have. So all 8 days are miracles. And there's many, many answers like that, many different ways. But here's the one that I think, to me, sends us not just an answer, but a beautiful message to ourselves. And it is this. You see, there's a famous Gemara, and the Gemara says that there was once a great tzaddik who, by mistake, his daughter put, I think it's in Tainus, I think the Daf Yomi men are learning this soon, and that is that his daughter put some vinegar inside of the Hanukkah light, inside of the Shabbos light by mistake, and she was sad, and he said, "What are you sad about?" She said, "I put vinegar in, I don't think it's going to light." And he said, "Whoever makes oil light can make vinegar light. That's God, right?" And God made the vinegar light, and there was a miracle. The point I'm getting at is, and this is one of the beautiful answers, is that we look at it as amazing when when vinegar lights, and we look at it as unamazing when oil lights. When the sun rises in the east, we look at that as, oh, ho, ho hum, nothing exciting. And if the sun were to rise in the west, we would freak out and say that's amazing. But we make a mistake there because really, when you drop something and it falls down, we consider that just normal. And we drop something and if it were to fall up, we would call it a miracle. But we forget God runs the world and He makes nature work and He makes the unnatural work. It's all from God. So what we call miracle and what we call not miracle is all from God. By celebrating, do you see where we're going here? By celebrating on the first day and the next 7 days, we're showing that the first day when the oil burned normally, that was an act of God. And the 7 days when it burned abnormally, that was also an act of God. God runs nature, quote unquote, and God runs the unnatural, quote unquote. He runs everything. So by celebrating Hanukkah for 8 days, we're making a very important statement to God. We acknowledge that, yes, you do the supernatural, but when our fingers move and all the millions and millions of functions that our bodies do, when they all work properly, we acknowledge that too is from God. And that is a message that we get across by celebrating 8 days of Hanukkah. Hope that all made sense. I wanted to tell you that Dvar Torah before the first night of Hanukkah, and then we'll tell you more laws again tomorrow. So have a great day, Freilich and Hanukkah, and log on again tomorrow for more Hanukkah laws. Bye bye.